The state of Virginia has taken down one of the nation's largest Confederate monuments. The 12-ton statue of General Robert E. Lee sat on the state's historic Monument Avenue in Richmond. Last year, Governor Ralph Northam pushed to remove the monument, but some Richmond residents took the matter to court, arguing that a deed and General Assembly resolution prohibited the state statue's removal from state property. Last week, Virginia's Supreme Court ruled the statue could be removed. The statue became a symbol of racial injustice and the subject of protests after George Floyd's death. It was put up at a time when Jim Crow laws were on the rise. Joining us now to talk more about all this is Richmond Mayor Levar Stoney. Mayor Stoney, welcome. It's great to have you with us. How does it make you feel as both a black man and as the mayor of Richmond that the state finally removed this statue?
Well, you know, today's been an emotional day. I was emotional when my team here in Richmond removed the first monument last July 1st on Monument Avenue. That was Stonewall Jackson. And to watch the culmination today in the removal of Robert E. Lee, I'll admit I was emotional because I would have never believed that during my time as a resident of Richmond, as a resident of the Commonwealth, and as the mayor of this great city, that I've ever seen those monuments removed. But obviously, it's clear to me that those racist Confederate monuments have not withstood the test of time. And it's a great opportunity for us to start a new chapter as a city.
And speaking of the city of Richmond, it was, of course, once the capital of the Confederacy and continues to battle with racial inequities after that. How has the overall response been in Richmond to this statue coming down? And do you believe it is reflective of progress in the city, or is the reaction highlighting work that still needs to be done?
I think Richmond has laid out a roadmap on how to go about not just removal, but also taking the next steps towards equity. What I heard from activists and residents who took to the streets last year was that it was time that we reckon with our history of race in our city and dealing with the original sin of this country, and that being slavery. And that means not just removing symbols, because at the end of the day, whether it's Robert E. Lee, Jeb Stuart, or Stonewall Jackson, these were inanimate objects that were made of bronze and granite. What we need to focus on, though, is removing the racist, the systemic racism that unfortunately is still rooted in our government, in housing, and public education. So we recognize we still have a lot of work to do. But I will also say this: symbols matter. Symbols matter. For far too long, those Confederate monuments defined who Richmond was. Now we get to write a new chapter moving forward. And I'm looking forward to that work.
And, you know, looking ahead, as you say, and writing the new chapter, has there been much discussion as to what will replace those statues that once lined Monument Avenue? Yes.
So the city and the state have formed a partnership on the reimagination of this tree-lined street. We will take in feedback from the community, from the neighborhood right there, and hear a myriad of ideas about how we go about reimagining this tree-lined boulevard. I've heard everything from more park space to more monuments to fountains and whatnot. But at the end of the day, this will be a community-centered approach. And what I do know, though, is that the next steps for that boulevard will be focused and centered in equity and justice, inclusivity, which for far too long, that area right there, Monument Avenue, has been the center for exclusion instead of inclusion. And I'm looking forward to working with the state and actually creating a more inclusive area for all.
You and a lot of people, I think it will be exciting to see what ends up there on Monument Avenue. Mayor, since George Floyd's death, the city of Richmond has removed more than a dozen Confederate statues. What else is being done to show the city's stance on racial injustice and inequity?
So today, the removal of Robert E. Lee marks the 15th Confederate monument a Confederate piece of iconography from our city landscape. Once again, that symbolism that we're rooting out, but we want to focus on rooting out systemic racism and the injustices, unfortunately, that's marginalized Black and brown people and people from different walks of life. So earlier this year, we rolled out an equity agenda from after robust community engagement that focuses on some of the major topics like housing, like public education, like climate justice as well. And I think this equity agenda will be our path forward. It's an agenda that can't happen overnight. It won't be solved overnight, all the injustices, but at least gives us a path forward for the next decade. So when we look back at 2021 and 2020, it's our hope that we've advanced as a community 10 years from now.
And so what specifically else would you like to accomplish?
Well, Richmond has, what, 23%, roughly 23% of its city here in poverty. We want to lift more people out of poverty, give folks an opportunity for generational wealth. There are a number of gaps that were illuminated by the pandemic and the economic downturn recently. Our job will be focused on closing those gaps, closing the achievement gap when it comes to public education, closing the gap on how long Richmonders live between Black and white. You can go 2 miles away from one neighborhood, the neighborhood that this monument was standing, away to another neighborhood on the east end of town, and it was a 20-year gap between those two places. We want to close that gap so we can make sure that those who live in Richmond, who reside in Richmond, all have the opportunity for success, and that's hard work. It probably is even a whole lot more difficult than removing a monument, but it's worthy work, noble work that we got to get the work doing right away.
All right. Well, Mayor Levar Stoney, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate your time.
Thank you, Tanya.